Chosen ones, if you are seeing these words, believe me, it is not by accident. There is a higher orchestration at play, a divine appointment that has led you right here, right now. Something in your spirit has been stirring, and you have sensed it, though perhaps you couldn't fully articulate it. It is a quiet, insistent voice whispering that greater things are ahead, that your life, your truly rich life, is about to begin. Let this be your confirmation. Let this be the sign you have been asking for. Prepare yourself, because the shift you have longed for is unfolding at this very moment. This is not mere hype or coincidence. This is destiny in motion, and you, my friend, are at the center of it. Take a deep breath. Feel the spark of possibility rising within you. Some of you have been weighed down by fear or burdened by circumstances that seemed unchangeable, financial struggles, broken relationships, disappointments that lingered like shadows. Yet here you stand, on the edge of a new dawn, where the light of hope shines through every crack. Something is telling you to hold on, to lift your head again, and to realize that your best days are not behind you. They are right in front of you, waiting for you to step forward in faith. Today is the day you finally grasp that you were never created for mediocrity. You were meant to thrive, and your rich life begins now. Let the words sink in. There is a reason your heart leapt when you read that title or clicked on this video, because deep down, you know there is more in store for you than simply getting by. You have felt it in the midnight hour, in the quiet places of your heart, in the tension between your longing and your current reality. Do not dismiss that feeling. It is the voice of destiny calling your name, and when destiny calls, the wise answer without delay. It is no accident you found your way here, or that these words are igniting embers of courage inside you. You are part of a chosen generation, people set apart to experience an overflow of blessing, purpose, and abundance that defies explanation. Before we go any further, I invite you to take a bold step of faith. Type 777 in the comments right now. Do it not as some random act, but as an outward symbol of the inward shift you feel stirring. That number may seem simple, but it represents spiritual completion, a divine affirmation that your life is aligning with a higher plan. By typing it out, you are declaring, "I am ready to see this shift manifest. I am open to receiving what heaven has in store for me." There is a spiritual power in publicly acknowledging your readiness. When you hit that enter key, imagine something unlocking in the unseen realms, because the moment faith is activated, miracles begin to happen. Chosen ones, understand that your true wealth is not just about money in the bank or possessions you can hold. This new chapter unfolding in your life encompasses wholeness in every dimension: health, relationships, opportunities, creative flow, and yes, financial freedom as well. Many people live and die never tapping into their full potential, never discovering the richness that was intended for them all along. They get bogged down in negativity, complacency, and the lie that this is all there is. Not you. From this day forward, refuse to bow to small thinking. Refuse to believe you are limited by your current bank balance, your background, your past choices, or any label others have placed on you. Let me be clear, you were designed to live in the overflow. Whether you have $5 or $5 million in your account right now, that does not limit what can happen when God breathes on your situation. In an instant, doors can open, partnerships can form, and ideas can explode with so much brilliance that every boundary you knew becomes irrelevant. This is the nature of the divine power that works on behalf of those who choose to believe. You might be saying, "But I have tried before and failed. I have been stuck for so long." Listen closely. A closed door is not a permanent verdict. A delay is not a denial. Often, what seems like rejection is actually divine protection, steering you away from lesser opportunities so you can be reserved for something far greater. The fact that you are still here, still breathing, still hopeful, proves that nothing has disqualified you from stepping into a future far more abundant than your past. As you step into this new awareness, you will begin to see signs of change everywhere. People you never expected to meet will cross your path. Resources you never imagined will come knocking. Doors that were previously sealed will open at the slightest nudge. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. They are heaven's way of saying, yes, this is your moment. Walk in. But don't forget, faith without action is incomplete. When the opportunity comes, seize it boldly. When the door opens, walk through it without hesitation. And if you need courage, remember that fear has no place in a mind governed by love and purpose. Your life is about to look drastically different, and it starts with this mindset shift, happening right now. Some of you have been praying for direction. You have asked, what is my calling? What am I here to do? Today, let me remind you that your calling often resides in the intersection of your passion and other people's needs. That thing you love to do, that comes naturally, that lights a fire in your soul. Somewhere out there, someone needs exactly what you carry, and when you tap into that reality, wealth begins to flow, because you are living in alignment with your true purpose. Suddenly, it stops being about mere survival and transforms into a life full of meaning. You find yourself awake with excitement each morning, fueled by a cause bigger than yourself. Do not let fear of judgment hold you back. Some people may not understand this newfound fire in you. They might be comfortable seeing you as you were, not as who you are becoming. But let me tell you, your evolution is unstoppable when it is divinely appointed. Anyone who was meant to journey with you into this next chapter will adapt and grow alongside you. Those who cannot handle your shine will naturally fade away. Bless them and release them. You have no time to waste convincing people who refuse to see the bigger vision. Keep your eyes fixed on the promise, on the path laid out before you. Like a traveler who has glimpsed the final destination on a map, you will not be swayed by temporary detours. Right here in this moment, I want you to visualize your future self, someone who has broken every chain of limitation and walked boldly into a life of abundance. Picture the place you live, the people you surround yourself with, the projects and passions that fuel your day. How do you spend your time? How do you feel when you wake up, knowing you have both the resources and the conviction to make your highest dreams a reality? That image you see is not a fantasy. It is a preview of coming attractions. Do not shrink back. Expand to meet that vision head-on. Speak it aloud every day. I am stepping into my richest life now. Doors of favor swing open for me. I will not be denied. The journey might still include moments of stretching. Growth often requires stepping beyond comfort zones, releasing old habits and adopting new disciplines. True richness is rarely found in the realm of the familiar. It is discovered in the bold leaps where you say, yes, I trust the process, even when you cannot see the whole staircase. Every time you push past fear, you strengthen your capacity to receive more. Each challenge you face is an invitation to develop deeper wisdom, fortitude, and faith. This is the training ground for those destined for greatness. So do not despise the process. Embrace it, learn from it, and use it as fuel to catapult you forward. In a world that bombards you with negative news and constant messages of lack, you are choosing a different frequency, the frequency of abundance, faith, and positivity. This is not a denial of reality. It is a declaration of a higher reality that can reshape the physical realm. Everything starts with a belief. Your mind is the womb of creation. Whatever you conceive in faith and nurture with persistence will eventually manifest in your life. Let that sink in deeply. Look around you. Almost everything man-made once existed as a mere thought in someone's mind. The difference between those who create and those who do not is the willingness to act on the vision, to persevere through adversity, and to hold on to hope even when the evidence has not shown up yet. Now is your time to become that creator, that visionary, that unstoppable force for change. The seeds of your new life are being planted through these very words. Each sentence is watering something inside you, a dream, a desire, or a long-lost hope. You feel it, don't you? That gentle stirring, that sense of excitement and possibility that perhaps you haven't felt in a long while. Let it grow. Let it expand until it permeates every cell of your being, until your actions cannot help but reflect the truth of who you are becoming. Do not allow your present circumstances to speak louder than the promises in your heart. Circumstances can change in an instant. Promises, however, are eternal. If you truly grasped how quickly things can shift when divine favor arrives, you would not waste another second in doubt. You would begin praising right now, as though the breakthrough had already manifested. Because spiritually, it has. The moment you say yes to the new, you detach yourself from the old reality and step onto a pathway where miracles become the norm. Chosen ones, remind yourself daily that you are not subject to the world's limitations. If you look at biblical history or stories of those who achieved the seemingly impossible, one pattern emerges: their faith overrode natural constraints. Waters parted, walls fell, lions were tamed, and giants were toppled. These are not just fables, they are testimonies of what faith can accomplish. In your own life, finances can multiply, relationships can be restored, new businesses can rise from the ashes of failed ventures, and peace can flood places that once seemed haunted by strife. The question is not, will it happen, but are you ready to receive it? If your answer is a resounding yes, then type 777 again as often as you need to reinforce your stance of expectation. In the coming days, do not be shocked if small opportunities start showing up. They might seem insignificant at first, but God often tests our faithfulness with the little before giving us the much. The door to your future might appear in a form you least anticipate: a conversation with someone at the grocery store, a random post you stumble upon that unlocks an idea in your mind, or a gentle nudge to reach out to a contact you almost forgot. Pay attention. Nothing is wasted in the hands of the divine. One small key can unlock a massive treasure if you stay attuned to the nudges and persist in faith. It is equally vital that you guard your circle. Not everyone can journey with you into this season of abundance. Negative, critical, or faithless voices can dilute the power of your vision. That does not mean you abandon compassion or kindness, but you must be discerning about whose advice and influence you allow to shape your mind. Seek out those who speak life, who challenge you to grow, who celebrate your victories rather than envy them. There is strength in numbers. When like-minded individuals unite in faith, miracles become almost commonplace. Now, imagine waking up tomorrow with a fresh sense of purpose. Your first thought is gratitude, because you know you are part of something bigger than yourself. You check your phone or your email, and there it is, a message bearing good news. Perhaps it is a business proposal, a financial opportunity, or a heartfelt thank you from someone you helped along the way. That sense of deep fulfillment floods your chest because you realize you are walking in exactly the place you are meant to be. Your steps feel lighter, your heart is full, and your mind brims with creativity. That is the kind of life that awaits those who dare to believe that their richest days begin now. No more someday. No more waiting for external validation. It starts with you making the decision to say, yes, I am chosen for a life of abundance. Consider for a moment the generational impact. Imagine the children, grandchildren, or community members who will benefit from your bold move. When you break through barriers, you open a path for others to follow. You become a lighthouse, guiding them away from the rocks of doubt and into the safe harbor of faith. This is how legacies are formed. One person stands up and says, It's time for change, and that ripple echoes through families and communities, ushering in blessing after blessing. Could that be you? Could you be the one chosen to stand in the gap, to break cycles of lack and scarcity that have held people back? The answer is yes, if you are willing to seize it. Take another moment of reflection. Think about the times you almost gave up, the nights you cried, wondering if any breakthrough would ever come. Look at yourself now. You survived. You are still standing, and not just by accident. Every tear was watering the seeds of faith you planted. Every heartbreak was chiseling away the unnecessary layers, revealing your true resilience. Every disappointment was actually a divine redirect. You may not see the full tapestry yet, but when you look back, you will recognize the pattern of grace woven through every chapter of your story. I know it can be tempting to slip back into old mindsets, to look at the size of your problems rather than the greatness of your destiny. That is why daily renewal is crucial. Wake up with a declaration that sets the tone. My rich life begins now. I embrace the opportunities coming my way. I walk in divine favor and unlimited provision. Emphasize these truths until they become more real to you than the doubts and fears that used to govern your decisions. Over time, you will realize that nothing outside of you can define or confine you when you are in alignment with purpose and promise. Perhaps you are asking how to translate this inspiration into practical steps. Start where you are, with whatever you have. If it is an idea, write it down, refine it, and share it with someone who can offer guidance or partnership. If it is a small sum of money, invest it wisely or use it to build a skill that multiplies your future returns. If it is just your time, devote it to learning, growing, and serving. As you do, watch how the universe responds. Doors open for those who open their minds and hearts, for those willing to be vessels of expansion and positive change. Trust that as you move in faith, resources will appear at the right moments, in the right form, more often than not exceeding your expectations. And do not underestimate the power of generosity along the way. Sometimes, the fastest route to unlocking abundance is to give from what you already have. It seems counterintuitive, but generosity is the language of the spiritually wealthy. It says, I trust that my source is limitless, and I can afford to be a blessing to someone else. That act of giving, whether it is money, time, or a listening ear, creates a flow that returns to you multiplied. Watch how your heart expands, how your stress reduces, and how opportunities begin to align more swiftly when you operate with an open hand rather than a clenched fist. Now, as these words continue to sink in, recognize that this video, this moment, might very well be the turning point you have been praying for. It is not just another motivational clip. It is your invitation to say, enough is enough. I refuse to live below my calling any longer. I embrace my identity as a chosen one, marked for blessing and breakthrough. Let this resonate. Let it stir you to action. And if you find yourself doubting the timing, let me remind you, time is but a vessel for destiny. When you align with purpose, things can happen in a day that otherwise would take years. An entire life can change in one encounter, one revelation, one yes to the voice calling you higher. If you are feeling that boldness rising, I encourage you again. Type 777 in the comments, share this message with someone who needs hope, and subscribe so you can stay connected to future words of life and direction. You never know. This could be the chain reaction that brings about the miracle you have long awaited. Each time you declare those numbers, it is like striking the ground with an arrow. Each strike signaling your unwavering faith that something incredible is being birthed. Do not stop short. Keep pressing, keep believing, and watch as your life overflows with blessings and testimonies you will one day share with those who stand where you used to be. You may think, but what if I fail again? What if everything goes wrong? To that I say, What if you soar higher than you ever dreamed? What if everything you've been through was merely training for a success story so grand it leaves you speechless? Sometimes fear of failure is overshadowed by fear of stepping into greatness. Let neither hold you back. Step beyond those doubts. Remind yourself of who you are, a child of purpose, aligned with the greatest power in the universe. Defeat is not your destiny. Your story is not meant to end in disappointment. There is a war over your potential, yes, but the victory is promised to those who do not surrender to fear. Stay expectant. Keep your spiritual eyes open, your heart soft, and your mind sharpened by the truth. The noise of the world can be deafening, but your inner compass is more powerful if you choose to trust it. Listen to that nudge, that whisper, that gentle push towards something bigger. It might lead you to reach out to someone, to embark on a project, or to take a risk you've been avoiding. Boldness in the face of uncertainty is the hallmark of those who become unstoppable. That unstoppable force is you, ready, poised, and stepping onto the stage of your richest life. Chosen ones, your moment is now. Even as you read these words, there is a stirring in the heavens orchestrating every detail necessary to launch you into a realm of unimaginable blessing. You may not see every piece falling into place just yet, but rest assured, the gears of divine destiny are turning in your favor. This is not the season to shrink back or doubt the promise you sense so strongly within you. If you remain steadfast and unmovable in your conviction, you will watch the doors swing open one by one, ushering you into rooms you never dreamed you would enter. There is a reason you have endured so much to get here. Trials were never meant to destroy you, they were designed to strengthen you for this exact hour. The richer life you have prayed for is already unfolding beneath your feet. With each step you are leaving behind the valley of impossibility and ascending to a mountaintop where the impossible becomes your new normal. Picture what it will feel like to wake up in the morning no longer weighed down by uncertainty or lack, but brimming with excitement over the projects you will embark upon. Envision the joy of sowing seeds into causes you care about, of blessing friends or even strangers who cross your path, because you know your supply is endlessly refilled. That is the atmosphere you are being ushered into, a state of overflow so powerful that it influences every corner of your existence. From your finances to your creative ventures, from your relationships to your spiritual growth, everything begins to align with a purpose much higher than